Hey, hey, hey. Amana Be Love here with your weekly moon soul messages. Today is February 20th. It's a Thursday, and our moon is half waning in Sagittarius today. And I am, excited to be here today for these moon messages. You may notice I have a little like sty or something in my eye. It's a little red and puffy, but it's all right. It is snowy outside, if you can see back there where I am here on the mountain. How are you all feeling today? I decided that today I'm going to draw the cards from this Ancient Stones Oracle that has 44 cards by Rebecca Campbell. And we'll see where these cards take us today. I can't believe it's already near the end of February. Where has the time gone? I don't know. I have found that for me, like since having especially my daughter that was born in 2020, I feel like time has just been in some other like warp speed or something. Is anyone else feeling this like warp speed happening? I know that it feels like time goes faster as we grow older and as we gather more years, but it feels like so intense. Is it just me or is it you too? So yeah, let's just drop in here. Take a deep breath wherever you are, if it feels good. Feel into your body, to your space, to this moment in time. Maybe take a moment and zoom out and remember that we're all on this little, not little, but this big rock of earth and water and fire and air that's, moving constantly in motion, even when we don't feel it. We're all here on this earth together. Aha, okay. Yes. All right, so this first card is the Edge. Take a chance. Do something different. So I feel like these cards, they're for you. Whoops. They're for you, and I also feel like they're often also for me, but definitely for you. I don't feel like they're for everyone. But if you're here listening, like this message is for you. I feel like this is a time of great change, 2025, this 9-year, it's like ending, wrapping things up and things starting anew in a way that maybe we can't even like imagine what's possible. And it feels like this energy of, I feel like for myself, I can receive these messages like, I see a vision or I hear something or these synchronicities happen that where I feel called to do or say certain things. And I feel like it's like, spirit calling me. And sometimes they make total sense. And I'm like, okay, yes, I can do that and move forward. But then there's other times where I get a little scared. I feel nervous about taking this step. My podcast was one of those things. I'm like, there's so many podcasts in the world, right? Like, why do we need another one? Or like, what's the purpose of my podcast? And is it going to have impact? And is it important? And should I even put the time and energy into creating it and putting it out there in the world? And I took a chance and I did it anyway, even though I wasn't sure. And it's not my normal thing to do. It was something different to speak up and share and put myself out there to be seen. And sometimes we have to do that. And it doesn't mean it's going to work out. Like, still right now, I don't have a huge listenership in my podcast, but I have had real life people. Like, I've been to a goddess gathering and a woman come up to me that I've never met before. And she comes up to me crying with open arms because of a podcast that I shared and how that it touched her. and that it was meaningful to her. So even knowing that like one person, that's happened multiple times, but just even knowing that that one person was touched, like we don't know the impact of some of the things that we put out in the world or our actions and how they can have a ripple effect. But I feel like universe is encouraging you, encouraging me to stand at the edge and leap. Take a chance. This is your life. This is your life. You only have this moment. And would you possibly regret not taking the chance? Would it feel better to not take the chance? Would you regret having taken the chance? I don't know. That's up to you. And you might not know for years to come. But that feels like a good jumping off point here with these messages. So let's see. Let's see what card will follow here. The entrance stone. Okay, this makes, hello, they're going right in line. The entrance stone, new beginnings, step forward, expansion. Sometimes we have to step forward even if we don't know the end point. Even if we don't know necessarily the next step, but we know that this is the next step, even if we don't know the third, fourth, fifth steps that come after that. So again, this just follows. You're at the edge, we're at the edge. Can we make the decision to try something else and do a new beginning and expand our knowledge, expand our experience, expand our contacts, or like what am I trying to say? Can we expand who sees us, who knows us, if we shine our light brighter? And can we be okay with that, with being seen? That's been a big, hard thing for me, to show up and be seen. And these weekly moon messages are part of that, of this challenge to myself to show up and be seen and see what happens. See what does or doesn't happen. And we'll never know if you don't try. And if you don't try, then you've failed already. So try. Move forward. See what that feels like. Can you expand? We're always changing. So do you feel like you want to be contracting, or is maybe now the future moving towards, in this 2025 year, going to be expansion? I know I can already feel it, and it's been in my like astrology readings that this year is a year of expansion for me. And I thought I was ready for it before and was wondering why it wasn't coming. And now that I'm here, I can feel and sense that I wasn't actually ready. I didn't have the capacity. I didn't have the time. And now is the time. This year is the time. Okay, last card here. Oh, the Kaliak. Elder, teacher, wise one, experience. Yes, if we want to be the Kaliak, if we want to get to that phase in our life, that archetype in our life, if we want to be the Kaliak, the old woman, the wise woman in the woods, in our crone years, then we have to go through these experiences. Being old doesn't necessarily mean that you're wise. If you've played it safe your whole life, if you didn't lean into and become who you knew in your soul that you could be, if you chose to play small, then you're not going to be the wise elder that people are looking to with that experience, right? You have to live life to gain experience. If you want to be really great at swimming, you have to get in the water and swim. You can watch videos all day about swimming. You can listen to podcasts, people talking about swimming, but unless you actually get in the water and swim, you're never going to get better at it. So, you're at the edge. Take a chance. Go forward. Try something new. Because as you step into these new beginnings and new experience, you're going to feel and find the incredible magical expansion within your own being. And move towards that wide elder teacher Kaliak that you yearn to be in your elderhood when you have gathered more and more years. And actually, this is making me want to read this little poem as our closing here. From, I know I've spoken about this book, this calendar, this Wee Moon calendar. Amazing. So wonderful. I encourage you, highly encourage this calendar, and it helps you follow the moon cycle and has these beautiful pieces of art in here and poetry. So I'm going to read you this little one that was on last week's. And it says, Life Calls is the name of it. And it's by Jennifer Nevergole, Nevergole, Nevergole. Sometimes the call is quiet, like the soft afternoon sky in winter. It invites you to open, to sit back into its gray cocoon, rest until it's time to move. The invitation has no demand. You can answer when you're ready. It will be there to catch you. But sometimes the call is wild, like a tribe of warrior women with shimmering spears, unafraid to pierce what threatens them. Hundreds of strong backs gathered together, bringers of fire and fury. This call stirs you awake, shakes you down to your own molten core, and demands nothing short of your breath and your life. Sometimes the call is like a sensuous river. All you must do is step in, and it will carry you along from one dream to the next. Buttery and smooth, filled with fantasy and delight. It requires surrender, but the kind your body gives to a warm, rose-petaled bath. Relieved and almost ecstatic. Sometimes the call is community, declaring that you are done with being alone. The answer is to join with your heart and your song, to join with your dance, to see the earth and every being as your grandmother, as your mother, and to love it all tenderly and fully. What is the call in your life right now? What is calling you, and will you answer? What is calling you at the edge, and will you answer? Only you can answer your own unique call that's happening in your life, because we all have a unique call and purpose. All right. Love, love, love. Hope there was something magical there for you today, and I'll see you next week with the new moon.